Hello, welcome to the TRBusiness YouTube channel. It's a really special day for TRBusiness and a great pleasure to be speaking with Abdulaziz Al-Asaker, who's Riyadh Airport Company's Acting VP Commercial. Very good day to you. Thank you for giving up some of your time to speak to TRBusiness.
Thank you for having me.
It's a really exciting time at the moment, Abdulaziz, for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's aviation ecosystem, soaring growth, transformation across the terminals at King Khalid International Airport, for which you're responsible for the commercial side. And wider than that, significant growth in the Kingdom, looking at the ambitions for aviation in the coming years in line with the aviation strategy of the Kingdom. So we're going to get into all of this in some detail. But just to begin, I'd like to ask you how you would characterize the pace of the recovery at King Khalid International Airport, both in the domestic and the international passenger segments.
Well, we have a very strong recovery in the past few months, especially with the uplifting of restriction. The government uplifted the restriction when it comes to COVID. So it stimulated the demand. Also, we can see this when it comes to duty-free sales. Duty-free sales increased tremendously in the past few months, and we can notice the recovery is coming back very strong. The appetite is very huge for passengers to travel. I'm sure this year we will double the numbers and we will have a strong recovery very soon.
It seems person actually to jump straight into the duty-free sales at this point, Abdulaziz, as you've mentioned it, obviously record month-on-month growth at Riyadh Airport's King Khalid International Airport, particularly in February, 33% up month-on-month. Is this sustainable in the long term as we recover? These are big numbers.
Well, I believe so. It is sustainable. We have a huge plan to develop duty-free and increase the sales. Organic growth is bringing these numbers. We will have these numbers coming, and it will grow in this year. Also, we have the opening of the Terminal 3 and 4, which will also give a boost to the duty-free sales. We are doubling the spaces, or doubling the size of the commercial space there. So Terminal 3 and 4 introduction will also increase the sales of duty-free. Not to forget the activities that's happening currently in Saudi Arabia. We have a huge plan from the Saudi government to invite for the international exhibitions and international events here. We have Rally Dakar. We just finished from the World Defense Show. A lot of visitors will come to Saudi Arabia, and I'm sure it will have a positive impact on duty-free.
Let's talk about that huge underlying growth ambition for the Kingdom, Abdulaziz. Obviously, for several years now, Saudi Arabia's government has been focusing on scaling up its aviation and tourism landscapes, increasing connectivity, fleet expansion, stimulating passenger demand by opening up competition amongst airlines. Talk to us about the change that you've witnessed at King Khalid Airport in particular, up until the pandemic ravaged passenger numbers in March 2020.
I would start with our North Star, which is our 2030 vision, which was set by our leaders. This is cascaded to also the aviation strategy, which we derive our activities and strategy from. We have ambitious target until 2030 to have 100 million passengers in Riyadh only. This is a very challenging number, but I'm sure with the activity that we have, we will reach it, and the desire from the leaders to reach it. When the aviation strategy started back in 2018, now we can see the result of the strategy. A lot of things have been built and preparation have been done even during the pandemic time. The pandemic time, we took the opportunity of the low traffic on airports where we focused on the strategy, and we can see the result now. Numbers are growing, and we have huge potential for future growth.
Of course, the Kingdom Civil Aviation Authority has some ambitious targets. Recently, it's been reported that the aviation sector plans to contribute by 2030 up to 74 billion worth of GDP, target of 330 million passengers in total, and indeed looking to position the kingdom as the #1 in aviation across the Middle East. What, in your view, is required to achieve these targets and this scale? And what is Riyadh Airports doing to assist that in line with the vision that you've spoken about?
The 330 million is a very ambitious target, and part of 2030 vision is to bring tourists and from two sides, for entertainment and for also religion. So these are the components of the 330 million. Not to mention the natural growth that we will have. Riyadh Airport contribute to 30% out of this number, which is really challenging, and we are determined to achieve that. We have an expansion plan. We have a master plan. We are already inbuilt in order to achieve that target. This will contribute to also our revenue target. It will be increased. I'm sure Riyadh Airport is ready for this. As I mentioned in your previous question, during the pandemic, we did a lot of activities and studies on how to contribute to Saudi and aviation strategy, and we are in the implementation. We have a huge contributor, which is Terminal 3 and 4. It will increase the traffic. The demand will be filled when the terminal is open.
Let's talk about that refurbishment, the transformation of Terminals 3 and 4 at the moment, due to complete this year, and it's an exciting time for Riyadh Airports Company, particularly on the international flight side. To bring us up to date on the latest in this project, particularly on generating non-aeronautical revenue development from retail and commercial sources, and just some logistics in terms of the dates. Do you have a roadmap now, an actual date where you plan to complete this project and open to travellers? And what can travellers expect from the retail
offer? It's really exciting to speak about Terminal 3 and 4. It will be a landmark, and when it is opened, the dates approximately we are planning to target the soft opening by end of this year, which will contribute to our customer experience and our travel experience. They will see a retail offering and duty-free offering in the terminal, which they never seen in Saudi Arabia or the region. It is really quite exciting. We're thrilled to have it very soon. I'm sure it's similar to any construction project. During the pandemic, a lot of activities happened that contribute to the delay. We are determined to open it this year, and hopefully we can have it. It will have double the size of duty free, double the size of retail, huge spaces, the dwelling area for the passengers. They can dwell through the commercial areas. It will be a masterpiece.
And in terms of the assortment, what passengers can expect from on a brand level, and the variety of the offer, obviously big ambitions for the kingdom to compete with other big hubs such as Dubai, Qatar, some of these big players in the duty-free markets in particular. What can travelers expect that will be distinguished, I guess, from potentially hubs of this size in terms of the offer, not just the scale?
Yeah, we are working very closely right now with our duty-free partner, Legarde, to introduce the best in the market when it comes to brand and offering. We are attracting international brands. We are introducing unique outlets. We are the offering there should match the level of the terminal itself. It's new, and we are determined to bring the best in class to have the best customer experience.
Okay, and I just want to stay with the retail element here. You mentioned Lagardère there. We know the Riyadh Airports company launched an RFP last year inviting travel retailers to lodge bids for retail outlets. Can you shed a little bit more information on what stage you're at in this process? Whether operators have lodged bids, can you share any information on that? And ultimately, when you expect to award the concessions?
Yeah, we launched the RFPs last year, targeting to have the best-in-class partners. And when the RFP closed, we went through a very thorough validation of the RFPs to select the best partners. Now, I would like to inform you that we are in the awarding process. We have selected the partners and we are awarding them, giving them the chance to bring the best-in-class outlets and start the implementation. We still have time with them, so they can bring us the best designs. We will not accept less than best-in-class outlets and shops in our new terminal.
And we can expect an announcement very soon, can we, on those winning bids?
Of course, yeah, very soon.
Okay. Abdulaziz, I want to just talk to you a little bit about some of the new mechanics of the retail offer. I know you introduced a click and collect service at Arlen Avenue in Terminal 5, where you have your partner Arianta, of course. What sort of reaction have you received from those customers and those travelers to that service? It's early days, I believe it was early February you introduced that. So talk a little bit about that new proposition, and importantly, the role that digital can play in transforming the retail experience for travelers.
One of our pillars in our strategy is to introduce digital solutions in Riyadh International Airport, the King Khalid International Airport. And since you mentioned Terminal 5, which is our domestic terminal, we started with our partners, Arlen Avenue, to introduce this service, which is click and collect. The customers now can, from their home before they travel, they can order and buy the items they want, and then when they pass by, they can collect it. So this is the first in the region. It had a huge impact on our customer experience, because travelers, they really impressed and they are using it. We have an incremental growth of 20% month on month, and there is a huge demand. We have just recent satisfaction level of 95% for the service, which is really huge when for a service which is just first introduced. We determined to have this increased by enhancing the service, listening to our customers, and I believe this experience will be moved to the international terminals, where customers can order from duty free and also enjoy the service.
I was going to ask you a bit more about that in terms of how you envisage this new passenger journey, the omni-channel experience that we hear so much about through the retail operators and indeed the airport supporting them. Across the Middle East, it's become more and more important in recent years. Do you have any particular new ideas that you plan to introduce into Terminal 3 and 4 you could share, or just more broadly, how you envisage the passenger journey being shaped by the retail offer?
Yeah, I will share with you. We have a plan to have a seamless journey where there will be no interaction with any human interaction in the terminal, except for security. Even for duty free, we are planning when it comes to shop, people will order online and pick up their items from the cashier. So we have that plan. It is really ambitious. It is under development, and I hope it see the light in Terminal 3 and 4 as the first airport in the region.
Well, we'll certainly be tracking those developments with interest, and indeed that North Star of Saudi Arabia's aviation and tourism strategy in the years to come. Very exciting times, and we thank you for your time today, Abdulaziz, speaking to TRBusiness.
Thank you for having me.